Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I am so happy to be with you this morning. My name is Melanie Miller. I've been a director at Tupperware now for 16 years. Actually, I haven't been a director that long. I've been a director 14 years, but I've been at Tupperware for 16 years. And this morning, I'm here to do, I guess, a Tupperware party for you, but mostly to show you a recipe and to show you my fridge organization. I haven't looked in it this morning, so I'm hoping it still looks really good. Good morning, Wendy. So nice to see you this morning. And we are going to be having a look at some of the specials that are available. I'm going to talk about the systems of organization and and basically do for you online what I would do for you if you were in your home and I was doing a Tupperware party. And of course, don't forget all through, I'm going to remind you about joining my group, which is in the links above. It's a VIP Tupperware group. Where you can go and see the sort of things we get up to. We have like little sales and we do lots of, I give information as well. Good morning, Sharon. It's very nice to see you this morning. So I'm actually broadcasting on 5 different platforms at the moment. So yes, I'm talking to everybody on Bureau Tupperware Les Diamants via my phone, but I also have 4 other platforms that I have. Why am I even telling you this? I'm telling you this because I'm 65 years old, well, nearly 65. I'm 64 actually. I'm 64 years old, and I have learned so much in the last 2 years about technology, about streaming, about all sorts of things, and only because I'm working with Tupperware, and only because I'm working with an organization that encourages us all the time to learn. So if you are somebody, maybe you're in a job where you're not encouraged to learn more, where you're actually told to slow down because you're working too fast. If you're somebody that is looking for a bigger challenge, then maybe it's time to join Tupperware. And to do that, you can look above. You will see my link where you can join, enroll, and be part of Tupperware. And for this month only, in fact, only till Sunday evening, so that's until tomorrow, I am offering a special $100 of free modular mates to everybody who joins my team this weekend. And the link to join my team is in the link above. Okay, so let's get started. So if I was to say the word Tupperware to you, what would be the first thing that would pop into your head? Because I know when I attended my first, couple of parties, and somebody asked me the question, what does Tupperware mean to you? What do you think of? Well, the first thing I thought of was my mum's old salt and pepper shakers that she used to have in a little plastic stand, which at the time we all thought was amazing. And I think I was probably about 5 or 6 years old. So, what about you? What do you think? Wendy, she says freshness. And that's because Wendy has bought lots of Tupperware over the last few years, or maybe just the last couple of years. And Wendy knows that by putting her stuff in Tupperware, she now has fresh products. Good morning, Julie. So nice to see you on. Tammy, she says plastic. Yeah, a lot of people think plastic. And in fact, a lot of people, when you say Tupperware, they're not thinking of real Tupperware. They're thinking of any plastic container. So absolutely, Tammy, plastic is something that people think of. So let me show you some plastic. Let me show you some Tupperware. And what we'll do is I'm just going to open up my fridge here. Oh yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Look, I haven't been in there this morning. I've actually been out and about. I went to do a 5 kilometer park run this morning, and so that's what I've been doing, and I haven't looked in the fridge. But as you can see, my fridge, it's a working fridge. It has numbers of Tupperware fridge smarts in, and the fridge smarts are here because they are going to help you to save time, save money, eat more healthily, and be a solution to pollution. And in fact, this product is the #1 selling product in Canada. And it works in several ways. It works to collect the moisture at the bottom. It works to allow the air to constantly change in your container so that if you have something like broccoli, it's not going to go yellow, it's going to stay green, everything's going to stay crisp and fresh. But the best thing about Fridge Smarts is that you have many choices. You don't need to be running to the grocery store every 2 days to get a fresh vegetable. You can do your shop, save time, have it all ready. Now, these grapes that I have in here, I've had these. I did a breakfast for my team 2 weeks ago, and those grapes are there. They're still green, fresh, and firm. And that is an example of how great it is to store your stuff in your fridge. I also have in here some vent and serves, and the vent and serves is our system of organization for meals in advance. So if you've done a lot of cooking, you might want to save some of it, and that can go straight to the freezer or into your fridge. And actually today I have in here an Ultra Pro because yesterday I made shepherd's pie and there's one portion left. And so I know somebody can eat that for lunch today. So I put it in here so to keep it fresh. So Fridge Smarts and vent and serves, they're going to save you time, save you money. And also they are a great solution to pollution, because did you know that with our groceries, about 30% of it never makes it even to the shelves, and then after that about 45% of it is wasted. So we owe it to the people that put their time and effort into growing our vegetables and fruits to actually eat the food we buy. So Sharon, she says she thinks of Wonderlier bowls when she thinks, yes, because the Wonderlier bowls were the first ever Tupperware product to be made. Okay, so the other system of organization that we have that I use a lot is our Freezer Mates. And I just took this out of the freezer, out of the microwave actually, because I was defrosting the chicken, because we're going to use the chicken this morning. But the Freezer Mates are flexible. They come in lots of different sizes. They allow you to buy meat and vegetables when it's on special. Hello, Martin. Good to see you this morning. And because it's when you buy it on special, you can actually store it in your Freezer Mates, and it's going to last and be just as good when you decide to use it maybe in 3 months' time. Now, I used to have a great big freezer downstairs, and unfortunately, when we had the power outs recently in Montreal for 6 days, I lost everything in my freezer. But you know what? It was a big saving for me because I realized just how much I had in my freezer I was never going to get around to using. And it made me really think about how I need to organize myself. At my home now, there is me and my husband. And also, I go live every single day at 5 o'clock. Well, every single day that I can at 5 o'clock, and I cook. I don't need to have meals in advance for 3 months because they're never going to get eaten. So for me, it was a big change, and I now don't have a big freezer. I just have a small freezer, just the one underneath my fridge. And I buy meat when it's on special, but not masses of it. I buy enough for maybe the next 3 or 4 weeks. and I also use it for my vegetables and for things like when I make rhubarb, and I've still got some rhubarb left, so I'm going to be cooking up some more rhubarb and putting that in there as well. So this morning, I would love to know, all of you that are watching, it would be so good to know where you are watching from. Like it's always great if I can actually talk to you. So in the comments, why don't you write for me where you're watching from, and we can see how many different places we have this morning. And maybe we have people from different parts of Canada, and I just don't know it because I can't see who you are. So please write in the comments where you're watching from. Now, I'm actually going to get started on the cooking. Now, first thing I have to do this morning, because I didn't prepare this chicken breast completely. I think when I put it away, I was in a hurry, so I didn't cut it into pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do this morning is to cut my chicken up into pieces ready to cook. Now, a little bit of it has already cooked because I defrosted on my high program. Okay, Wendy is watching from Winnipeg in Manitoba. So Wendy, we are having quite horrible weather here. Now it's raining. It's been raining on and off, but I have to say, great weather for running because it keeps you cool. And on my other viewers, I have Tammy, who is watching from Lachine, and I have Sharon, who's watching from Leamington in Ontario. What about all the people on the bureau who are watching? Where are you watching from? Please tell me. I would love to know where you're watching from. Okay, so I'm cutting my chicken into relatively small bite-sized chunks. And of course, I'm using my universal knife, which the universal knives are my favorite. They cut so well. And I've also using one of the Tupperware small chopping boards. Julie's watching from Huntsic in Montreal. Oh, I probably passed by your place or fairly near to your place this morning, Julie, as I was heading to Cremazy in the West End to park Frederick back, and that is where I was doing my run this morning. Okay, so I've got my chicken ready, and I'm going to be using this morning my Smart Multi-Cooker. And the Smart Multi-Cooker I'm going to use has a bit of a story. So I'm going to tell you that story. Hi, Jacqueline, good to see you. And okay, we have somebody from Degelis in Quebec. Okay. Is that right, Julie? 5 minutes. Will I go there every Sunday, every Saturday morning at 9:30? Jacqueline, where are you watching from this morning? It's so nice to see you here this morning. Okay, so I'm going to use the Smart Multi-Cooker this morning. And the Smart Multi-Cooker is probably our most healthy way of cooking. Why? Because it doesn't use any fat while you're cooking. It literally cooks by steaming. So it's made of several layers. Now, those of you that know the Smart Multi-Cooker are going to say, what has she got as a lid? And I'm going to tell you the story behind this lid. So this is metal coated with plastic, which means no microwaves can go into your vessel from the top. And let me see, Jacqueline is watching from Tebon. Okay, thank you, Jacqueline. And so this is a great lid, but you'll see written on this lid, it says 50 years. Now, who knows how long Tupperware has been in existence? So write that in the comment right now. How long has Tupperware been in existence? And you'll know that this is not celebrating Tupperware's age because Tupperware is much older. you do not need to put them, separate them, Tammy. Tammy's asked a question about free. Yes, Julie, 77 years. So Tupperware has been around for 77 years. But this says 50. Okay, so in 2010, I did a trip with my organization, Les Diamants, to Paris. And we were there for 4 days. And we visited Tupperware France when we were there. And they gave all of us what was at the time the Tupperware Smart Steamer. And so the Smart Steamer is a little different to the multi-cooker. It doesn't have the outside big container. It just has a little trough. And so they gave us all of one of these. So this, I've been using this now since 2010. So that's 12 years. And that is really, I have two basically sets of smart multi-cookers. The second level in the smart multi-cooker, and this is the color of our regular one, has little holes in it. It's like a colander. And the third one also has holes in it. Now, if you hold this, it's heavy. It's metal coated with plastic. So once again, none of the microwaves can enter in here. And the only way the food gets cooked is by the water that comes from the bottom that boils. It goes up through these, cooks this layer, which is where you keep your protein. So today I'm using chicken. And then it'll go to the top layer where you have your more fragile vegetables. And I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet today. I'm going to have to check out. Oh, yes, true. 13 years. You're absolutely right. Since I went on that trip. So that is how it works. So what we're actually going to do today is put quinoa in the bottom in some water, and I just need to go to my pantry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around so that you can see my pantry a little bit from where you are, and I will go and find the quinoa. Okay, so now you can see, hopefully, me. When I open this door, woohoo! It's a magic walk-in pantry. So I'm going to go in here and I'm looking for my quinoa. This is it. And here it is. And I keep it in a number 2 oval. But can you imagine, I have all my modular mates in here. And of course, that is one of our other amazing organization systems. Okay, so now we're back over here. Thank you, Jacqueline. I love it too. So this is my quinoa, and I'm going to put 1 cup of it in the bottom of my vessel with just enough water to cook it, but it doesn't need as much water as if you were cooking it by itself, because what you want is for all of the water to evaporate off and cook the rest of the things, and then leave you with cooked quinoa in the bottom. It can certainly get you organized. Absolutely, Wendy. It is. Now, while I'm just going to go and get my cup, I'm going to ask you a question. So if you, because most of you watching, you already have a lot of Tupperware. If you had a choice and you said to somebody, okay, you've got no Tupperware, you need to start with, what would you tell them to start with? What system? Would it be Fridge Smarts, Freezer Mates, Modular Mates? What system would you advise somebody to buy first if they don't know anything about Tupperware? And I'm just going to go and get my cups and come back. you never know how to cook it. Well, I just cook it like rice or pasta, Jacqueline, or pearl barley. Sometimes quinoa takes a little bit longer than the others, but if it's not fully cooked, when I get to the end, I just put it in by itself. You would recommend the Fridge Smart? Yes, Julie, I think I would recommend the Fridge Smart too. So we're going to put 1 cup into the bottom of here. And now I'm going to add some water onto the top of this. I love that answer, Wendy. Buy one of each, because then you absolutely. And okay, so that was like, I didn't even think of that answer, Wendy. That is amazing. So if you wanted to get one of each, what is the best way that people can get one of each of our systems of organization? Okay, so there's my quinoa. I'm going to put in a little bit of salt into the bottom. It's all floating at the moment. Oh, not that side. So we'll put a bit of salt. And now in the middle here, what I'm actually going to prepare first of all is some onion. So I've got a nice big onion today. We're going to chop it up. Yes, buy the kit. Okay, and not, that's the correct answer. And not the starter kit, buy the deluxe kit, because in the deluxe kit, we are very lucky because we do get, absolutely, that's what you got, Julie, and you loved it. And yes, Wendy, thank you. And once you've bought that deluxe kit, you also have the privilege, I'm not going to use my big one for that, you also have the privilege of getting 25% of everything else you buy. You put quinoa in your pancakes. Oh, I've never thought about doing that. I guess it is good. It's like, people put cauliflower in just about everything these days as well. I saw a nice post about cauliflower yesterday. It says, if cauliflower can do anything, can't we? I like that as a concept. Yes, preferably the deluxe kit, Sharon, you're absolutely right. Okay, so here we go. So this is quite a big onion, but when I'm cooking it in my Smart Steamer, I like to use more onion than when I'm cooking in the other systems, because it gives like natural seasoning to everything. Because what you don't want is you don't want your food to end up tasting bland. So having a nice juicy onion is going to provide great natural seasoning for you. Okay, so we're going to chop up this onion. And of course, this also is part of the Tupperware Deluxe kit. So as well as getting one of each of the systems of organization, you also get the chopper. And the chopper is probably one of the most useful tools that you can have in your kitchen. Oh, I haven't got it connected, I don't think. Oh, it's not pulling. What is happening? I think it might be the base here. Let me try another one. It always happens when you're live, right? I use this every single time, every single day. Okay, let's see if it works with this one. There we go. So I have a nice lot of onion chopped very fast, and the only reason I would cry is now when I try and tip it into the bowl, but I'm never going to cry when I'm chopping it. Okay, hang on. Another item that is in the deluxe kit is your spatula. Now the spatula by itself, you actually can't buy it. It's not available to buy, but has a retail value of around $28. So that too is in your deluxe kit. Your deluxe kit costs a total of $179. And so far, we've talked about products that already add up to more than $200, and they're all in the deluxe kit. Okay, so let me put that there. I'm just going to take a little slurp of my coffee here. Now, this has got holes in, remember. I've put my onion in. What I'm going to do is spread it out, because actually what I want to do is cover as many holes as I can. So I've got it spread out like that, because the way the multi-steamer works best is if it can gradually cook everything. So now I'm going to put my chicken on top of my onion. And when you put your protein, whether it's chicken or pork, works well in here. I've done quite a few pork dishes. If you use tofu or anything that is protein based, you want to make sure that it's just one layer. So don't pile and pile your chicken on, because it won't cook properly. But now what's going to happen is the steam's going to go up through the onion. As onion cooks, it shrinks. The steam gets further through, and now it's getting onto your chicken. As your chicken cooks, it shrinks, and then that allows the steam to go up to the final level. So we're going to season our chicken. And I really enjoy Montreal chicken spices on chicken. So that is what I'm going to put on. And in my drawer here, I have a complete, I don't think you can see it, even if I pull, no. But I have my second drawer here, has all of these lined up with labels on the top, so that I can easily pick out anything that I want to use. Okay, so that's layer 1 done, the quinoa. Layer 2 done with the onion and chicken. And then on the top, I'm going to have a look now in my fridge. What could I put? I know I have peppers, and peppers are delicious when they're steamed. I'm not going to use that one. Let's go with that one. So let's see what we can find. So we definitely have peppers. That's good. So we'll cut some pepper. I have some cauliflower. A little bit of cauliflower left. What else do I have? Cherries, celery. I don't think I have any other vegetables. So I might put in some edamame beans. So this is the sound of vegetables coming out of your freezer when they're in Freezer Mates. It is not the sound of vegetables coming out in the freezer when they're in a bag and they're all stuck together, and what you have to do is whack them on the bench. But coming out of the freezer in Freezer Mates is good. Okay, so let's put on the top of here I have some cauliflower pretty much ready to go. We'll just cut in half. In fact, I might just finish up this cauliflower. Yeah. There we go. I'm surprised my little friend hasn't appeared. He probably will in a minute. So that's that. And I'm also going to put in some peppers. And I've got 3 lovely peppers. So I'm going to put in some red pepper. Oh, here he comes. Now he comes because he can hear me cutting the peppers. I'm going to put in some orange pepper. And I have some yellow. Okay, so I'm just going to put these into cubes, well, sort of squares, into my... Oh, would you like some, Killy? He says, yes, please, Mom. I love peppers. So off he goes. He's got some pepper. Okay, if you're watching on Bureau Tupperware Les Diamants and you haven't told me yet where you're watching from, I would love to know. Perhaps you could write in the comments, where are you watching from? So now we're going to put some peppers on the top of here. And I'm going to put some orange. And the reason I love peppers, apart from the fact they taste delicious, is they give so much color to your cooking. And it makes it exciting to eat when you've got nice colors. Okay, my little friend is back, so we'll give him another piece. Because I'm very happy if he's happy to eat peppers. Okay, so that's the orange. Sorry, I should have had this cut earlier, but time got away from me. So now we have red peppers. And we'll just give him one more piece. Off you go, Killy. And now I've got just about everything. We'll get some edamame beans out of the thing. Okay, until about a year ago, I had never heard of edamame beans. I know that must sound strange to some of you, but is anybody else like me? Have you just started to discover lots of different vegetables? So we're going to put these on the top here and put this straight back into the freezer. There we go. So I have a nice tray there of vegetables. That is going to sit on the top of here. And then I'm putting this in the microwave now for 15 minutes. That's all, folks. 15 minutes, and everything will be cooked. You've just started getting edamames too, Julie. I'm glad it's not just me. So I'm going to put this into the microwave. And actually, I may not cook it now because we are going to be going out soon to visit my daughter Violet in hospital. And that I wanted to prepare the dinner for when we came back. But what we're going to do is, as soon as it's cooked, I'm going to mix all of the layers together. And then I'm going to mix in with them. And I did get them out of the cupboard. Where did I put them? Oh, here we go. Some sun-dried tomatoes. I was just going to see how these were. So these are already into fairly small pieces. But what I might do is cut them smaller using my little chopper. She is going very well. Thank you, Julie. every day she's getting stronger and being more brave. Well, not being more brave, but being having to push the boundaries a bit more. So we're very proud of her progress. Hello, Leslie. Good to see you this morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few of these sun-dried tomatoes, and using my compact chopper, which is part of our basic kit, I'm going to chop them up, and I'm going to add in some Italian seasoning. I'm going to use the sunflower oil that's already in here. And then when our stuff has finished cooking, I will mix this sun-dried tomato pesto in. I'm just going to put in a little bit of the oil, and I've got my Italian seasoning here, so I'm going to put some of that in here. And actually, I'm going to put in some extra basil as well. Let's put in half a teaspoon of basil in here as well. I actually have some fresh basil in the garden, but it's raining. If I go out, I didn't get it in this morning. If I go out, I'll get really wet. And okay, let's chop this so we make a pesto. Okay, let's have a look at it. So now you can see that it's chopped into a nice pesto, which I will put aside now. And we will use that after we've cooked the dinner, mixed it through, and we'll have a delicious one-pot meal. And I will try to remember to take a photo of it for you guys for later on today. So just to finish off, I'm just going to put this stuff away behind me. So just to finish off, I wanted to talk to you about some of the items that are on special. And, you know, we have this lovely brochure going on. And in the brochure, we have all of our impressions system. We have bowls, we have mini bowls, we have tumblers, and all of them are at a great price. So if you were to buy the mini bowls, for example, the regular price is 46 and you can get them for 25. So it's not quite 50%, but it's not far off. But if you want to get more than 50% off, you can buy this whole kit. And won't your summer tables, when we eventually get summer, look wonderful? It is 155 reduced from 327. So that is a really nice saving. I'm just trying to think. Yes, that is well over 50% off. And but of course, the number one thing that I'm going to recommend all of you to buy is our Fridge Smart set down here. Our Fridge Smart set, normally you get 4 pieces for 158. Now you can get 8 pieces for 129. So it is close to 60% off. It's a top seller in Canada, and it really is a fantastic way for you to get started on knowing Tupperware products. But there are some other specials happening this week as well. And this one is quite shocking. This one, you get a set of these 3 modular bowls. And the big one is huge. It's 40 cups. 40 cups. You have a 25¼ cup one, and you have a 3.5 cup one. Now, and the little one here, this one, it also comes with a different lid, so that if you want to use a mixer and you don't want everything to fly everywhere, you can put that lid on and keep everything in the bowl, which is where you want it to be. Now that, guys, is more than 65% off. It's regularly $150 and it's on sale for just $49. So it really is an amazing offer for you. And the other offer also at 55% off is the set of pink rounds. And in that set, you get a number 4, a number 3, and 2 number 1 containers, value $47 for only $20. Once you buy the fridge mat set and see how well they work, absolutely, Wendy, because I would tell you that nearly every Tupperware lady or Tupperware convert has not 8 in their fridge, but more likely 12 to 16 in their fridge, depending on the size of their family. So it really is a fabulous way to save money, time, eat more healthily, and be that great solution to pollution, because one of the biggest contributors to creating methane gas, which is one of the main pollutants in changing our climate, is the degradation of food. So we really want to make sure that we're doing our best, because, you know, one of the things that I have realized in my life is that it's easy to say, oh, what I do isn't going to make any difference. I'm just one person. But it is. Every single person who decides to be that one person is going to make a difference. And for me, that's really important and something that I talk about a lot. Okay, so I've pretty much finished. I hope you can see my new t-shirt here. I'm going to show you the back of it as well, because the back has a bigger logo. And this is my daughter's gym, CrossFit Max. And Max, the dog, is, of course, the reason why they called it CrossFit Max, but it's also a good word to use when you're talking about CrossFit. So it's really cute. I just got this yesterday, and so I said, oh, I'm going to put it on this morning because I love the new logo that they have put out. So I wish you all a happy day. Remember, I have a VIP group above. Click on the link in the VIP group. We do lottos, we do sales. We did a progressive draw yesterday. We have a live sale tomorrow afternoon at 3:30, and I try and mix it up for everybody every week. I would love to see you there. Also, I cook every day at 5 o'clock on Live at 5 on Melanie Miller Tupperware. And you are very, very welcome to join me there. And if you do join me there, please click follow, because all of those things mean that Facebook give me preference when they're saying, okay, whose stuff shall we show? They're looking at who's being followed, who has likes, who has big VIP groups. And so everything you can do to help me is going to help me. So yeah, have a wonderful day, and we're going to go and visit Violet. We're going to have some lunch, and her visiting starts at 2, so we're going to try and be there as early as we can today, because poor Violet gets very, very tired, and the later we go, the more tired she is to see us. So I wish you all a fantastic day, and thank you for joining me this morning on Party on Bureau. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.